Greetings, Mechwarriors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is TTB speaking, and welcome to the second part now of my recommendations of hero mechs to buy during the sale that's currently going on for all sorts of hero mechs. So this is the clan portion of mechs to buy. And on the light mech side, I would only recommend one of these guys, and that is the Kit Fox Purifier, just for the fact that it has these nice high weapon mounts onto its torso and can also carry ECM at the same time as well. So this is a really, really nice, well-rounded light mech on the clan side, very fun to play, and has served me well in the past. So if you're gonna get a light clan mech, hero mech, and you don't know which one to buy, the Purifier is definitely a solid choice. Alright, let's look into medium mechs, and this is a little bit of an odd one, but I've had a lot of fun with that. That is the Black Lanner Bellonarius, and this one can have 6 ballistics and 2 energy, 2 missile coming out of the factory like that. And you can have like fun little striker builds with that, with a lot of ballistics, and then using that in your close range once you get in with the mask. I wouldn't rank it extremely high, it's more like a fun build, so if you're looking for a Black Lanner, you just enjoy the Black Lanner, it's definitely not a bad buy, but it's not insanely powerful. The Huntsman packet on the other side is interesting because you can put 2 missiles into each side torso, 2 missile weapons, so you can combine that with other omnipods of the Huntsman to great effect, and it's definitely a nice mech to add to your arsenal. And these are the only 2 that I would recommend in the medium mech department. I'm kind of having the same problem as I'm having with the Inner Sphere in the medium mech department as well, where there aren't that many that I really, really thoroughly enjoy. The Hunchback 2C hero, not as good. Ice Fridge is an Ice Fridge, so let's not even talk about that. The Vapor Eagle hero mech as well, the rival. Sure, it's interesting, but there are better models out there. So that should be all there is to say about the mediums. Let's look about the heavy mechs in the clan department. And the Eben Jaguar Esprit de Corps is interesting because it has the omnipod for a ballistics weapon on the left side torso. So if you want that, definitely get this mech. And it also looks very nice, very nice design. Plays nicely since it's an Eben Jag. It's just a really good mech that you can get and then mix and match with your other omnipods. The Hellbringer Virago, you can do the standard Hellbringer laser burning build, laser vomit build on that as well. You just have to switch out the cockpit omnipod as well as some other stuff. I would just recommend to get it because this is a nice Siebel farmer. You just build your standard Hellbringer laser vomit build with this as its basis, and you will get 30% more Siebels, or during this event even 50% more Siebels. The Hellfire Void is very interesting. This thing is basically a mini Death Strike with 2 Gauss rifles and 5 ER medium lasers. It's kind of hard to play, very spicy. I made a video about that not too long ago, but that is a very interesting mech that you can try out if you are into the Hellfire. And then last but not least, definitely not least, the Sun Spider. With the Manul, you can do some really interesting PPC builds, and I'm gonna make a video on that in the future. So that is a nice PPC boat that you can try out. Definitely worth getting as well. Okay, and now once again we are officially in TTB territory. Mechs that are heavy and that TTB enjoys are very, very heavy, in this case salty. And the first up here is the Blood Asp Rancor. Now you've seen the video where I did like, what was it, 1300 damage in what, 2 minutes or what? Yeah, that's the mech that I did it with, ATM 12s and medium pulse lasers. The Rancor, or all the Blood Asps are great, but the Rancor is definitely also a fun mech to play, definitely worth getting. Then, one of the, I would say, almost must-buys, especially at that price, is the Direwolf Ultraviolet. This is the lord of all long-range Dakar mechs. Nothing beats it. 8 AC2 build, 8 LB2 build, 8 Ultra AC2. You can just do a ton of Dakar with this thing and destroy targets at range. It's kinda hard to play, a little bit situational, and if your team decides to rotate around you, you're dead, but it is a fun mech to play. I like to call it the Mobile Oppression Palace. So the Ultraviolet definitely has my vote. And then scrolling down further, the Gargoyle Kinwolf. Is it Kinwolf or Kilnwolf? Kinwolf. Interesting mech. You can basically kit it out like just a pure short range gargoyle, like the, where is it? Either the A or the D. Was the E? I'm not that familiar with the other models, guys, but it's probably a D as a base model. But long story short, you can just put a boatload of small pulses in there combined with micro lasers or whatever, and you can just have a thing that just melts through enemy targets at the shortest ranges possible. And with the gargoyle speed and everything, you can get this thing up to 90 kph. So you have a really nice short range assault knife fighter in the end. Yeah, you can do it with the other gargoyles as well, because you just have to switch out omnipods, but with this one you get, again, the Seabill bonus. So if you enjoy the gargoyle, that's a thing to look at, definitely. The Highlander 2C Keeper. I've had a lot of fun with this thing. You can kit it out as a nice brawler with, for example, SRMs and Gauss rifles or LB20s, or you can do ATM builds. There's so much stuff you can do with it. Highlander 2C Keeper, definitely, pardon the pun, a keeper. Kodiak Spirit Bear got a buff in the latest patch. It's going to be a little bit more agile now. It used to be one of the best brawler assault mechs in the game, but after the engine desync happened, it's basically went into hiding, and basically nobody plays this mech anymore. But it is still a fun mech to play if you can get around the fact that it is not as fast moving or as fast turning as it used to be. But with a little patch that they brought in, maybe it's going to see more action. We'll see about that on the battlefields. And then another one that I would consider to be a must-buy, yeah, definitely must-buy, the Deathstrike, Mad Cat, Mark II, Deathstrike. Double Gauss rifles and ER medium lasers, or UAC-10s and ER medium. There's so many builds that you can do with this thing that are just perfect, meta, really, really good mech. Deathstrike, buy it, absolutely. If you're into brawling, the Marauder 2C Scorch is really nice with its hard points for 4 missile slots and 2 ballistics. So you can do like LB20s and SRM4s or SRM6s or whatnot. You can do LB20s and ATMs and whatnot. There's a lot of builds you can do with this. Definitely a very, very solid mech that I would recommend to get. If you're into double UAC 20 Dakar, this is the mech to do it with, the Supernova Boiler. And with this one, you can go ahead and you can double tap the Ultra Autocannon 20s together, then don't incur any kind of heat penalty. So if you like the Supernovas, definitely get the Boiler. This mech unfortunately is not on sale because it just came out recently. So, but if you were to buy the hero mech here, definitely I would get the Maul, because you can do some really nice LB20 and missile builds with it. It definitely works quite nicely and has a nice color scheme, but it's not on sale, so probably not worth picking up at 6,000 MC. Well guys, that concludes the mechs that I would recommend for the clan side to buy right now. As I say, if you just gotta pick one out of these, you want to pick the strongest, and that's definitely the Deathstrike combined with the Ultraviolet and then the Rancor. So if you have, let's say, about, what is that, 9,000 for these two plus another 3.3. So if you have about 13,000 MC lying around, get these free. You won't regret it. It's a lot of fun to play them. And as already said, guys, if you're looking for specific builds on these mechs and specific guides on how to play these mechs, go ahead, go to my channel, use the search function, and just dig up the videos that I made on all of these. There's several videos on each of these mechs that I recommended, and just watch them and try it out yourselves, and I'm sure you're gonna like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments down below, drop me a like, and I'll see you soon. Take care.